Hello everybody, this is Dr. Cole. It's Sunday night, July 21st, and this will be the announcement for week 4 for Humanities 2333 for the summer 2024 term. Okay everybody, it's Sunday night the 21st. On Wednesday the 24th, our midterm exam is coming up. It'll be available all day Wednesday the 24th for 24 hours. You'll have 45 minutes once you begin. There will be 50 true, false, and multiple choice items. If you have taken the extra credit quizzes, I hope that will be good preparation. It'll give you some idea of what kind of exam items I write. So that will be taking place all day Wednesday. Now everybody, it's a 7-week term. We have quite a bit of material to get in. And so there's some material I must ask you to look at early in the week before the exam. And that will be the material for Units 7 and 8. Our exam material will include Units 1 through 8. We've got to double up and look at 7 and 8 relatively quickly because of this compressed 7-week schedule that we're on. Now, Unit 7 has to do with the traditional proofs for the existence of God. And this is a fairly short set of notes. There's some material that's relevant in the textbook chapter on metaphysics that I have linked to. That should be a small portion of that chapter. The 3 traditional proofs are the teleological, cosmological, and ontological arguments. Now, the ontological argument is associated with St. Anselm, and he claimed that the existence of God follows from the very fact that we have the concept of God. It follows that God must exist. Okay. Now, you'll see in the class notes that Immanuel Kant criticized this argument, but it was the argument offered by St. Anselm that the existence of God follows from the very fact that we have the concept of God. Now, the teleological argument is also known as the argument from design. It's associated with the 18th century English clergyman William Paley. This is the argument that particular things in the world, in particular our bodies or various aspects of them, exhibit evidence of design. The design of the eye, the ear, the hand, so forth. Okay, the idea is that such things would have had to have been designed. Now, that's a very popular argument, perhaps the most popular of all the traditional arguments for the existence of God. But it's been much criticized on the basis that Darwinian natural selection can explain what looks like design. But in any case, that would be the teleological argument. Then finally we have the cosmological argument, which is associated with St. Thomas Aquinas, which argues that there must be a basis for the existence of the universe as a whole. Okay, not particular things, but the whole universe. There must be something underlying or bringing about the universe, and that can only be God. Okay, so those are the 3 traditional arguments for the existence of God, and they are discussed in the notes for Unit 7. It's worth noting, I suppose, that it's often remarked that believers don't come to belief, by and large, because of these traditional arguments. Okay. It's really something over and above and in addition to that that brings about the most fervent occasions of belief. But in any case, the traditional proofs are worth looking at. Now then, Unit 8 has to do with Theodicy, or the problem of evil. And this involves the argument that the presence of evil in the world is not consistent with the attributes traditionally attributed to God. Okay? So the presence of evil is supposed to be an argument against the existence of God. Now, 2 major antagonists in the history of philosophy, recent philosophy, going back to the 20th century, were J.L. Mackie on the atheist side, and Alvin Plantinga on the theistic side, trying to answer the problem of evil. And you want to look closely at Plantinga's response to the problem of evil, which is known as the free will defense. Now, as we go on in the lecture notes, you'll notice that there are many other attempts to deal with the problem of evil, all of which are very interesting. But we start out with the arguments that took place between Mackie and Plantinga. Okay, so take a look at that. That's the end of the material for the exam. Now, everyone, I sent a couple of messages out, one in particular about studying for the exam and things that you want to go back and take a look at, which I hope will be helpful to you. I know that this is new material and things that students may not have been exposed to before. So take a look at my message entitled Studying for the Midterm Exam, and I hope that will be helpful to you. Now, everyone, once the exam is over, we've got to double up once again because of this compressed schedule. From Wednesday to the weekend, we've got to look at Units 9 and 10 to get started on the material for the final exam. Now, you'll notice that Unit 9 is about religious experience, and Unit 10 is about existentialism. I hope you look very closely at Unit 9 especially, because I think it's important, and Unit 10 also. There's no textbook reading associated with these class notes. It's just a matter of looking through the class notes. Well, I hope you'll take some time to do so between Wednesday, when you take the exam, and the weekend. And then we've got 3 weeks after that to get through Units 11 through 16 for the final exam, which is coming up, I believe, on the 17th and 18th, if my memory serves me correctly, or maybe the 16th and 17th. In any case, that's getting a little ahead of ourselves. But in any case, the midterm exam is Wednesday. There's a couple of sets of class notes to be looked at, Units 7 and 8, before you take the midterm exam. Fairly short and manageable set of class notes, I hope. All right, and then after that, we'll be moving on to the material for the final exam, and we'll have a bit more to say about that when we talk to you again next week. So good luck on the exam, and we'll talk to you again in a week or so.